Here we are finishing up this incredible sunflower design. Let's get after it and see what it ends up looking like. Hey you guys, so let's finish up these sunflower earrings because there's another tutorial I'm planning to share. So let's get these out the way, and with no further ado, this is what we're going to be finishing up today. So as you can see, I have already, I'll move you a little bit closer, painted them, and my 14-year-old said they need a little bit more zhuzhing up, so I'm gonna add just a little bit more color to those. And what I did was I got a brighter yellow, I'm bringing in some orange, and then we're gonna be painting the back a really pretty grassy green color. This color is actually called holly green, but I'll be putting the colors I'm using in the description box. And then I'm trying to decide, remember I said I wanted them to be hanging earrings, so I'm thinking about adding this bead and having them be a pair of hanging earrings so that they dangle that way. Or I'm thinking about creating a base with these button looking cabochons and making another base that they can dangle and swing from that way, but I haven't decided yet. So what I could do is, I got these from Michael's and they have the stickers on the back. You know, like I told you, these are recollections, and so what I do is I take the back off and take the sticky part off, and I can actually put a post on that. I could also glue a jump ring on the back, and then it could be a pin earring with a dangle. So I'm still undecided. And then the last thought that I'm having is I have these super cute butterflies. These are by Recollections as well. You also get these on the sticker aisle. They're somewhere near the end, I believe. And this would kind of give like a 3D effect, because there's a little green butterfly in here. Y'all know glitter. I'm not a fan of glitter per se, like loose glitter. It gets everywhere. Ugh. And so I was thinking about doing something with the butterfly on the earring as well, as just like a 3D effect, and still letting it dangle. So I'm really undecided, but we got time to figure it out. So let's finish up the little bases that go with it. And then last but not least, of course, I showed you this last night, and this was, these are some stickers that I got from the Dollar Tree on their crafting aisle. And of course, I was thinking about making one of those the center stone of the sunflower as well. So let's see what the Lord has planned, and it's going to look gorgeous, we know, and we're going to go from there to get them finished up. So let me see if I can get you just a little bit closer so that you can see what we're working on. So I'm just going to paint the back a really pretty green. I realized I forgot my paint plate, so I'm going to run and get that right quick, and I'll be right back. Well, I guess no, I'm just going to put the paint on the paper. That's what we're going to do, because I don't want to be running back and forth. So what I actually could do is use the paint from the top. Do you all ever do that? So I'm going to shake it up really well. And then I'm just going to paint from the inside of the top, because of course when you shake it up, there's plenty of paint there to work with. And that's what we're going to do. So I'm using just a regular flathead brush. It tends to be one of my favorite brushes because it's not rounded. It's not going to get all over the place. You know, like get paint on the other side, although that is a possibility when you already have a design on your other side, right? But I know that's not going to happen because we're not going to mess it up. So this is what we're going to do. And I'm honestly thinking about doing the edges with a marker, just so I make sure I don't get anything on the white or the sunflower design on the other side. But I'm not, again, the design is still coming together. So this is a really great paint. This is, again, Americana is one of my favorite brands. I've already drilled a hole because I wanted that to already be done and out the way, and because we can always poke a head pin or an eye pin through there, or a safety pin if you don't have those. But I know if you're making jewelry, you have jewelry making components, and we can always poke that through there if we were to get any paint. So that's the one coat we're going to do on that side. And now we're going to paint the back of the other one. We're just using our Holly Green by Americana Deco Art Paint. And I'm probably going to give it 2 coats because I don't like it when you can see the wood base kind of through the back of the earring. It seems just a little unfinished to me. And I'm actually thinking about making the backs of my earrings more decorative. So that way, if someone wears makeup once I start selling the jewelry, because I wear makeup, so I noticed that my makeup will get on my jewelry. And of course, they can just easily paint over it or clean it up. But nevertheless, if it's a darker background and has more of like a busy print on the back, then they won't have to worry about, you know, that showing if someone's looking at the back of their earring or they take it off to show someone. They don't have to worry about, you know, their makeup and stuff brushing on the back of the earring. So just thinking about different finishes for my earrings as well. So we're just going to finish this up right quick, let it dry for a few minutes because it doesn't take long at all. And then we're going to put on the second coat and we're going to go to the next steps for this beautiful earring, because I have a different tutorial, different video I want to share with you on today. Hey you guys, so I'm back. We have, let me get this adjusted properly. There we go. We have our backs painted, and now what I'm going to do is I want to add just a little bit more oomph to the sunflower, hoping that it comes out the way I expect it to, right? So I'm just going to be adding a few touches to, over here I have some orange and some yellow paint, and I think I just wanted to add a little bit more dimension to the sunflower. So that's what we're doing right quick. My 14-year-old told me that it was a little mundane. Well, she didn't necessarily say it was mundane, but she used the word mundane in a sentence. So I'm just going to add a little bit of orange and yellow, like a brighter lemony yellow. So the color is bright yellow, and the other color is just regular orange by Craft Smart. And so I'll be right back. I just wanted to let you know that I was adding some touch up and some highlights to the sunflower just to brighten it up, because she said the brown was kind of overpowering. So I love constructive artistic criticism, because hey, none of us does everything perfect. So I want it to stand out. I want it to be beautiful. I've also decided how we're going to finish it up. So let me finish adding these little touches. And again, we're just laying the paint on the side like we were doing before when we initially put the paint down. So this is easy to be done. Bless you. Talking to my honey bunny. So that's how it's coming together, and then we're gonna I've already jazzed these up to make them look really pretty by adding just a little bit more highlight to them, so they are no longer mundane. And so the sunflowers came out really, really pretty. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring the green color over, because I believe it would really make the yellow pop, and that way they won't be on here looking like eyeballs, right? But also, before we do that, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna cut out one of the little rhinestone flowers, and I'm gonna place it in the center of our sunflower. Let me cut it out right quick. Because these are all, you know, one line of flowers. So I'm gonna cut this out. I know that wasn't in focus right there, but super cute. I'm gonna put it on the end of the pencil so you can see how it's gonna be, but basically it's gonna be the centerpiece for our flower. And I think that's gonna be really pretty. And then when I bring the green over and we're gonna have the dangle, it's gonna be gorgeous. So I decided to use the super glue that came along with the other beads, because I just felt like also that it would be easier. So let me screw this back on. I believe this top pulls off. Let's see. I've never used this before. Let me put a little bead down. Remember I told you I had bought some beads on my Dollar Tree DIY, but I'm not going to fight with... Ooh. It's oozing out a little bit, so I'm gonna be careful. I don't want to glue my daggone self to the earring. So I'm just going to squeeze a little bit of the glue out. And let me put that down. And this stuff is messy, that glue. Like, ugh, no wonder it's in a Dollar Tree package. And I don't want to accidentally get myself stuck to that flower. So I'm just going to put it down with a pair of pliers. I feel like that'd be the easiest thing to do. So I'm going to hold it down for a second. So I think that is a super cute little centerpiece. But yeah, this glue is really oozy and it dries really fast. So you're not going to have a lot of time to mess with positioning. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the other one out. Get it placed. How's y'all's week going so far? You know, it's really literally only Tuesday, and for some reason I thought it was already Wednesday. My son actually has commencement ceremony this week on Friday if the weather holds up. So I'm super excited and proud mom moment. So I'm going to put a little bit of the glue down in the center. And then I'm going to put the top back on this thing because, honey, this will have you glued to your project. It's kind of messy. So I'm going to put that over there. Gonna take the pliers, gonna place it and just center it. And it's like any other super glue. It doesn't give you a lot of time to work with it. So the only reason I decided to use it is because I want the project to go faster. Super cute. And now what I'm gonna do is I decided I want to bring the green on around to the front side, only because I feel like the earring needs a little bit more pop. And once we go to put the gloss on, I think that it will give it that pop. At least that's what I'm leaning towards. And then the design factor I'm leaning towards is the little butterflies. So even though we already have that on there, I'm really leaning towards putting the green butterfly on there as well as a detail accent. So you never know, right, what it's going to look like. But this is where I am. So here we are. I'm going to go ahead, and even though, remember where I put the white last night? So what I'm doing is I'm covering up the white with the green. And basically I'm just bringing the background around because I really feel like it's going to make the design of the sunflower pop. And I'm literally just using a small detail brush. And I'm taking a healthy amount of paint and I'm just going along the edges. Now, you could do this design. It doesn't have to be a sunflower because the easiest type of flower to me that would have been easier to do in hindsight would have been like a daisy. Like something like that. Because, you know, with daisies, you could just make little circular petals. Or you can use the end of a pencil, like an eraser, and just make dots and make a flower. So, no, I had to be difficult and do a sunflower. But I genuinely wanted a sunflower. So, I don't regret the design decision. I feel like if you're detail oriented, you take your time. You could do this. This isn't hard because guess what? The only thing we did the whole time was place paint. You know, we just used the side of a brush and loaded paint. And of course, if I wasn't teaching it, it'd probably go a lot faster. But I'm excited to teach it, excited to do the tutorial. I love the way it's coming out. I'm glad I made the decision to go with the green, because I really feel like that gave it the pop that I was looking for, because I was like, it was just looking too yellow and too brownsy. And oh my God, I love it. So when I go to put that butterfly on there, because the butterfly is like a chartreuse green, that's lime green for the guys that'll hear this video. Just kidding. That is really gonna make a statement. So let me wipe my hand off. And I can hold it from the little piece in the middle because it's already dry with that super glue on there. What you do? What's up? What's up? I'm going to put it down so you can see it. Get off the other one. Okay. Oh my gosh, you guys. It is incredible. I'm going to pick it up because I want to. Doesn't that look better? Oh my gosh, did that not just be like bam in your face? That is gorgeous. So let's get the other one done. Of course, I'm going to have to do the edges. But hey, let's just get through the green first, right? I'm going to move it off to the side only because I don't want anything to accidentally get on the front of the other sunflower, because paint has a mind of its own. Next thing you know, it'll ricochet spray. I didn't mention this, but my husband, in one of the yards that we had to do, the yard hadn't been cut. I think I mentioned that, since Jesus was a baby. And he ended up with poison oak. And so I was putting calamine lotion on him because he said he was just itching so bad. I said, poor little thing. And the calamine lotion, like, just popped kind of all over. Got on my glasses, got on my arm. I'm like, ooh, this stuff gets everywhere. It's like being wet with chalk paint. But anyway, just say a little prayer for him. It's starting to heal up, but now that it's healing up, it's itching profusely. So we are nursing him, and he's still working through. He doesn't complain. He's such a sweetheart. So I just felt sorry for him. And it was a couple of days before it happened. At first, it just started out as a little spot on his arm. And then from there, he said, Garlinda, I think it's spread. And well, I thought he was exaggerating, until it literally spread over his entire body within a week. A few days, actually. And so he has been miserable, but he still continued to work on our projects that we have to do for our home improvement client. Still continue to work his full-time job. Just never complains. Such a sweetheart. So say a prayer for him. And so we are coming to the end of this flower. And what we're going to do is we're going to let it dry. We're going to come back and we're going to place our butterfly. But I do want to give this a gloss coat, because of course it's just going to be more beautiful like that. Oh, what do you think? Aren't they fabulous or what? That's it. Ooh, that's the ticket. Okay, so let's keep going. And I may not gloss them before I put the butterflies on. I may just keep them plain like they are, because I tend to gloss everything, and I want to have a finished product. But anyway, I'm going to do the edges and then we'll be back. Okay, so look how pretty they turned out. And now what I'm going to do is I've decided I'm not going to make them glossy, because I do that to almost every pair. And I feel like the center stone gives it, you know, enough of a gloss on its own. Like, it already gives it enough of that pop. And then also we're going to go ahead and glue on the little butterfly, because I just want to do that accent detail that we were talking about, because I think it's just going to be super cute. So I'm going to glue that on. I think I've decided I want to place them kind of that way. Yeah, maybe to hear my kids laughing and talking upstairs. They are so funny. So I'm going to hang them off the edge just a little bit for like a little detail, because I just think it's super cute. And then we're going to be finished with these. So let's do that right quick. I'm going to use the super glue because it happens to be on my table, although it is kind of concerning. Right? So I'm going to take, remember I told you when you're using stickers to peel the sticker back off? Because and what you can do is, I'm going to glue it on, and then I'm going to paint the back of the sticky part that doesn't stick, that's going to hang off the edge. So in other words, remember I said I'm going to have it kind of sitting like that. So the piece that's going to be hanging off the edge, I'm going to paint the back of it. And then that way we don't have to worry about it sticking to stuff or having to, you know, what are we going to do to stop the sticky part that's going to be on there. So let's glue this to the edge right quick. And look, we already know once we put it on there, we're not going to have any time to kind of move it around or fidget with it. So you're going to have to be firm in your decision making here. So let's glue the one on the other side. Just putting down some of the super glue. And make sure I get it even. Let's see. Of course, I would pull it off if I felt like, oh, I need to. I was thinking I might need to put it on the other side, but let's see. No, that's good. That's how I want it. Okay. So, let me make sure they're pretty much even. But the one thing I noticed is I forgot to take the paper off this one. And I don't want to tear the design up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to peel it back. Let me see if I have any room to mess with it at all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my little X-Acto tool. I'm just going to cut it off. So I'll be right back. Let me get the rest of that off. So they came out really, really cute. I was able to pull the butterfly off because the paper just peeled right off. So it made it really easy to do. And so now what I'm doing is I'm just putting the backs on the earrings. I've already shown you how to do this, so we're not going to chit-chat a lot about that. Look how super sweet and beautiful that is. So, of course, you already know we're going to push the hook piece to the back towards our thumb. And then we're going to put the other one on. We're going to finish with these. I'm super excited about the next tutorial. And I'll be honest and say I don't have a design plan, but I'm going to come up with one. I'm going to show you my wood burner. I've not used it but once, and we'll talk about that in that video. But I feel like these sunflowers came out way better than I even envisioned that they would, because I had an idea to do the sunflower, but I wasn't exactly sure what it was going to look like as a finished earring. So that's the fun part about creativity and about creating stuff, is you have a vision for what you want, and you have an idea, but then the Lord brings it all together. Are those not super cute or what? I think they are so beautiful. I love how they came out. I love your opinion. Let me know. I'm going to try them. Of course, everything is still a little bit wet, but I think they are so super sweet. I think they would make a beautiful gift. I think they look even more incredible than the sunflowers I've seen along 95 going on vacation through Florida and Georgia. So anyway, and along the State Street in North Carolina. But anyway, I think they came out great. Let me know if you end up making a pair. I'm going to let them dry because they still have a little bit of drying to do. Let me turn them around. But I feel like the butterflies still need to dry on the back. And of course, the paint is still a little bit damp. So anyway, I feel like they came out super incredible. And there you go. So that is our sunflower tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, subscribe to my channel, give it a thumbs up. And now let's plan to do a wood burning tutorial and see what happens. Okay, God bless you. I'm Garlinda Price.